Looking to get back somewhere up in there. I like the fact that it's all open.
Looking for the mountains.
Pretty amazing.
Looking for that wild place.
I'm up in the saddle
Looking
now.
for the mountains. Looking for them wild places. Yes. The casket checkers back on the scene.
Back on the scene.
Yeah, Cascade Trekker is on the scene here. And this scene is like a lifeboat out in the sage desert of heat. It just got about 15 degrees hotter walking from out of the shade of these amazing pine trees here. So I'm in Bridger Teton National Forest, about 10 miles east of the Teton National Park and about 25 miles north and a little east of Jackson, Wyoming. This is August 18th, and yeah, we're pushing the edge of summer here. Way super hot. This was an escape simply for the shade and the cover to cool off. And this is pretty much a motorcycle, bicycle hiking trail off of the growl River Road. All right, and tons of people. This was like the luckiest, best break I could get. The road is about 100 yards this way. I knew I could drive a little bit into this, forest trail. And I did see these trees back here from the road. And wow, what a payoff. We've got Horsetail Creek is flowing slowly over here. And my goal has changed. It was to hike up Slate Creek towards Leedy Mountain, but it's changed. After finding out about all these people, there's private property there at the trailhead, which means there's most likely cattle and also dirt bikes running these trails. So I'm going to bounce right to my second phase tomorrow and go to the Teton Wilderness and start hiking on Pacific Creek Trail. All right. Great news, there's no bugs. No biting flies or mosquitoes right now. Hardly any bugs at all. Just a nosy hornet. This is my first truly bear intensive backpacking trip, outing. In preparation for that, I cleaned the tent in just hot water, the fly, the packages, the container for it, everything. The tent is completely clean. Also, the backpack was thoroughly washed with water. No soaps, avoiding soaps. I pulled a bunch of fragrant body elements from my health and beauty bag. Here it is, morning time. slowly getting ready to relocate, and we have got some nasty weather over there. The Teton range is just over this way, 15 miles. Real black, dark over there, and a big thunder crack a short while ago. My relocation point is in this direction, maybe about 25 miles. Okay, here it is, the afternoon of day 2. Completely not what I'd planned, but this is pretty good. Not half bad for, I'm not going to call it a fail. I'm going to call it a wise choice not to pay $35 to enter the Teton National Park and drive 2 miles to the Pacific Creek Road, which eventually goes back into National Forest. You know, I'm not going to use the national park except for driving to get to the Teton Wilderness Pacific Creek Trail. All right, so yeah, 35 bucks. That's a big chunk out of my pocket right now. So, I found another alternative choice to hike without paying the entry fee. It is the South Fork of the Buffalo River. And so I got to the end of the road, 14A. This is my spot tonight. This is just going to be the chill out prep area for that hike. Starting tomorrow, I'll have 6 nights in the wilderness. It's just going to be a mouthful of adventure, I'm sure. The other thing is I can, again, practice some of my bear tactics. We've got some really good branches to tie some stuff up. And boy, I did see 2 huge piles of bear scat on the road coming up here. Berries, just, like 2 pounds of berries in a bear turd. So those are big bears. We got big bears back here. All right, here it is, the 3rd morning, and I'm all set to go and start hiking. A day late and $1 short. Last night was an owl festival. At first we had a big one. My tent was here. He was in this one or this one. And then another one started up. I think probably the female. She was probably over in these. And it just kept going for 2 or 3 hours. So that was good for me. Is it Jason? Jason, yeah, he gave me some insight on the trail I'm gonna take, and he's got 2 mules and a pack horse. 3 mules. Well, we've got a hazy view of the Tetons over there. This down here is Turpin Meadow. I'm above the Buffalo River. Yeah. Steady climbing on a well-worn trail. And this is mostly horse traffic on this one. North Fork of the Buffalo River. I don't see any people tracks down there. The good news, A, lots of people, maybe not lots of animals. Lots of people, I won't be stranded out here. Yeah, finally I'm here. It's probably 2 miles. And I'll tell you, one thing about these well-used horse trails is they're dusty. You know, my whole bottom area is just caked with dust, and when I kick up the dust and the wind is blowing with me, it just goes right into my mouth. Wow. It's been a long, dry start to this hike, and with a lot of close trees and shrubbery and stuff. I haven't seen any bear signs yet. I'm making noise, and yeah, the hike starts up and goes over a ridge and back down to the North Fork, and I'm anxiously awaiting getting back down to that water. A nice big grassy meadow up here. Still not much water. Might be some down there. And thinking we're going to angle down to the river here. And more over there too. This is above that grassy meadow. Okay, I can actually see the canyon now. And my guess is I'm at about 4 miles, give or take. And still this dusty trail is just horrible. With the wind blowing now, it's going into my eyes and my mouth. Just irritating as all. So, within the next 1.5 miles or 2, my map shows 2 water flows draining across the trail. I'm going to check those for possible camp locations. If not, it'll have to be all the way at the bottom, I think. Alright, this is really nice to see. These meadows down here, unexpected. I'll have to check to see which peak this one is. Had a fire back there sometime. Real open on those slopes. Look at that. You just climb right up that sucker. There's more burn. You climb right to the top of that, I bet. And there's a fork, of course, going back that way. That might be Soda Springs Creek. Down here somewhere is the North Fork of Buffalo River. Maybe way down there. Doubt it's there. Beautiful. And I'm camping at the far edge before that slope. My guess is we have 1 or maybe 2 water drainages in there. huge meadows. You could probably sit here for a couple days and see all kinds of animals coming out. Now, water. Supposedly, there's one that probably curls around down through here maybe, and one down that sloped gully, or maybe even this one back here. My map shows two. I'd like to get to the second one, but we're just gonna see what we find. Here's the first one. It would work in a pinch. I'd like to find something flowing a little more, because I got some needs that need to be taken care of. So hopefully this next one will have more. So I was coming out of those trees and looked basically right in here, and I saw a black shape coming this way, and I waited, and it looked like a dog, a completely black dog. He saw me and ran lickety-split across this meadow to the trees. Now, I do think that wolves can be black, but then I thought I noticed a collar on it, which possibly the wolf is collared. Just a little odd. I was thinking I'd see somebody that had a dog. Yeah, we got wolves back here, and I'm not too worried about that. Here, got my first bear tracks right here. Pretty big fellow. Now, I didn't see him anywhere else beyond that draw. That means, and these are fresh. Yeah, here's another here. He curved out. He left the trail somewhere before that draw. He's somewhere in here right now. Well, here I am above, like, the confluence of Soda Springs Creek and the North Fork of the Buffalo Creek, and there's water down there. Looks like it might be hard to get to, and it almost looks like an established area down here, maybe a log fence or something. I can hear the water. I just don't know if I can get to it without going through swamp and bushes. I don't know what miracle has just blessed me. There's running water right here. Just a miracle to find this. I've probably hiked 6 or 7 miles, and with just 1 liter of water. I'm back on the scene. Good flow right here. I'm going to check for a camp spot here. Maybe here in the shade. Wow. I can see the river way across the other side. Oh my God. Such a relief to have my zone ready. My water. The water is just brilliant from this creek over here. And it's perfect. I'm going to need to wash up a couple things. I really want to soak my feet also. The bear tracks on the trail. Pretty sure those were black bear, but a big bear. I doubt that I've ever seen a black bear big enough that could make prints that big. Not a grizzly because there weren't claw marks in front. So that's kind of a relief. The two guys that had the stock horses and mules, they saw two grizzly bears. They were easily 15 miles north, close to Yellowstone. Anyway, I gotta add, I didn't film these prints. These were massive cat tracks, if not the biggest, close to the biggest I've ever seen. You know, like this, that big around his paw, and that sucker. You know, if you were to protect yourself, stuff your hand in his jaw, he'd crunch it. He'd crush your hand to pulverine. Is that a word, pulverine? Pulverines? Oh, so yeah, we're gonna wind down. Big meadow down here. Let's take this lens off. Now that's the Soda Springs Meadow, and probably continues all the way to where I entered it off the trail. Now clear across that thing, that's three quarters of a mile easily to the other side. It's huge, and it's all like grassy out there. It could be swampy, hard to say. And back over on this side, we do have the willows, the massive thicket back there. You know, I'm doing what I can to avoid going to these places. I just am so nerved out about it. Looking back this way, it's surely habitat, close animal quarters back there. Lucky for me, I've got this, 75-yard warning if anything comes over this way. Yeah, getting fresh here. Real nice. After 3 days of really hot weather. It's amazing. All right, where are you headed? North Fork Meadow?
Yeah, just up over through the pass here.
Okay.
About 2-3 miles. That's it.
All right, so you're going to just curve around this way?
No, it goes up here and then goes that way.
Oh, is it a different creek that you follow up that way?
I'm not sure in everything. He's showing me
It
this.
gets into a big canyon up there where the river comes through.
Okay.
And it's just like a small Grand Canyon through there.
Okay. Is it actually the North Fork?
Yeah, this will be the North Fork of the Buffalo Fork.
Oh, okay. I'm cutting up. I can't remember the name of it. It's a little trail going up to the left.
Divide?
Yeah, it'll eventually get to the Pacific Atlantic Divide.
Oh, you're thinking of Two Ocean Pass there.
Yeah.
This is the Two Ocean Pass Trail.
Okay.
So this takes you all the way up to Two Ocean Pass, and you can go east on Atlantic Creek or west on Pacific Creek.
Okay.
Atlantic Creek, it's about 6-8 miles from Two Ocean Pass to Hawks Rest. We're at the Yellowstone River.
Okay.
And then about 3 miles north of there to the park itself.
Okay. How long you guys going to be back there?
Oh, probably a couple days.
Couple days?
Yeah, we're just riding around. We're not doing anything special.
You coming back out this way?
Yeah.
Might see me again.
Probably.
I got 4 days.
Are you by yourself?
That's my first night right here. Yeah.
Okay. Well, be careful.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
I saw some bear tracks and some big cat tracks.
Yeah.
And
Watch out for the boogeyman.
and I thought pretty sure I saw a black wolf back in that meadow.
Yeah, sure. They're here.
Yeah.
Everything's here.
All right, guys. Have a good time.
Yeah, you too.
Have a good one.
Thanks for the images.
You bet. Be safe.
Well, here's my bear-proof dinner. Salami. The stinkiest thing in that can, but I had to have something like that. And I haven't touched my hands to it. I've been spooning it in. Carrots, Parmesan cheese, cashews, and we're working on some chicken broth. First time having chicken broth out here. It's a bouillon. It's getting smaller. And when I'm done, everything is going to go in the pan. Trying to figure out where to put this. It was going to be by the road, but that's all downhill. This thing starts rolling, I might never see it again. I have to leave hungry. I was looking at between these two trees here. Someone's been sleeping here. And then I saw horse poop. Then I saw elk poop. It's been recent, but I just can't say what has been here. I gotta figure it out. See, the thing is, I want to hear it being messed with from the tent. And I don't really want the breeze carrying this smell towards the tent either. And the breeze is just kind of coming from everywhere right now. Just right in here is where I'll put it. I'll find a branch to put it in front of this, so you know, if someone comes around and starts to get at it, I'm going to hear these branches snap. Here it is, morning time, late morning time. It was great. Last night here, I slept hard. No visitors. Quite chilly. Low 40s. And here again we're warming up. Alright, so the plan is to get to Two Oceans Divide. It's where the Pacific Ocean water starts and the Atlantic Ocean water starts. And I'd always thought it'd be so cool to be perched right there at that pass, or close to it. So, logistics, 20 miles total. Yesterday was 6 or 7. That's a third of the way in. That's great. If I can get 6 or 7 every day, 1, 2, 3 days I'll be up there. One night in the back. Coming back could be shortened. It's downhill. Again, giving myself 1, 2. I could even camp here. And then the last day back to the motorcycle. All right, here this is Soda Springs Meadows. Big meadows all the way through. And I met this dude, friendly. He's giving me information about the trail. He's a through hiker. How long you been out?
I've been out here probably 4.5 months.
4.5 months. See, I don't have the nerve for that.
Well, like I said, it's all about, finding water. That's the biggest thrill we had.
Finding water, he says, yeah?
In a flat spot.
In a flat spot. Yeah, I know about that. Yeah, and he's heading to Du Bois. He's going to get some information about some fires. He said, yeah, there's one north?
Yes, there's one north and south, 70 miles south of here.
70 south.
going.
All right. And how much longer are you going to be out, you think?
I'm gonna have this wrapped up in 4 weeks max.
4 weeks. He's going to be out 4 more weeks doing the CDT. And friendly. Thanks, buddy.
Right on, brother.
This was clear as a bell last night. And we're going this way. Here's that cougar print. He's been cruising on the trail for about a mile or two. That's pretty big. And we got a bald eagle out here. Probably can't see it so well. Trying to mimic my open wings. It always seems to intrigue these guys. We're in a burn now. Partial burn. Man, it's really dry and hot coming through this burn area. Hope it doesn't go for long. We see some trees over there, but you look around and it's a lot of burn. There's bits of shade here and there. I don't know how much we'll get today. I'm just gonna keep going, but it's really taking its toll on me. Wow, another huge meadow. And boy, I don't know where my next trail is. Might be all around the back side of it. I'm gonna take a look at the map. Alright. There's the first trail cuts up this way, I think. Might be Clear Creek Trail. The one I want is probably way around the corner. Maybe just visible going over that ridge back there. So I'm hoping to get around the back side of this meadow for the day. Come on, some shade with these clouds. It's almost brutal out here. You get these multiple trails out in these meadows because the horses and the pack animals want to be side by side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trails right here. Well, this is nice to see because I'll get some here. Might be a better spot around the corner. And this is draining from up in here. Saw a few brookies in here. That was pretty cool. They probably migrate up from the river when there's a lot of water in the creek. Alright, so this puts me at about 4 miles for the day. And that draw way down there is probably where I'm going through tomorrow. What I just really need to do is find a good camp location with water. Hopefully down towards that draw. So it goes through this draw, right? Okay. Thank you. Oh, look at this guy. Happy. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's so nice. I'd started to get a headache coming into this meadow, and I did this at the last water, and it feels so good. It just gives me just a boost of energy. Alright, that's tomorrow's plan through that pass. Not much climbing after that. I just want to find something close to where that trail cuts up into there. Damn near up the top of the valley where I turn off. And this is as close that I'm getting to the North Fork of the Buffalo River. And I think somewhere in there is where I'm going. It has to be. Well, gonna keep going. Well, here we are. It's the trail split. It's gonna be just as much energy looking for water down here as it is climbing up. And I'm just gonna start climbing. Alright, climbed up that little bitty beginning of the trail and found a spring, just springing right up here, flowing through here, and there's a clearing through here, except I don't want that. I'd like the morning sun for the warm-up. I have to stop. I have to take care of these feet before they break open. I took a look at the bottoms of my feet, and it's not broken open yet. I'd love to soak these feet in cold water, but it's just not practical. I can't, it's just such a tiny small flow. I can't access it like I want to. I've got drinking water. I can probably clean up. I'm gonna look back here because that's where it's springing from. Okay, this is what I've got. Standing here, springing back there. There's some okay places back here for a tent. Just not exactly where I want to be. This grass is deep. It's probably wet in here. The water I'm going to deal with is where it's crossing the trail, and I'm probably just going to collect dirty water in my bags for cleaning and not use the creek itself. All right. Finishing up dinner with beef broth, really nice, just like that chicken broth last night. Just before I started drinking this, I was all over my cold water from this little spring down here. So, hey, the wide angle lens makes my belly bigger and my gun bigger. Oh, look at that. Such a tussled mess, my backpacking life. All right. Yeah, I had to stop, man. Those feet were just hurting. The like the midsole of my foot. All right, right there. Tonight's dinner included the beef broth, salami. The salami is going a long way, and it's starting to discolor a little, get dark. So it's not rotting yet. I just need to eat that, and I'm trying to eat it like a little in the morning and a little at night. So I had the salami, the Parmesan cheese, a couple good bites out of that. That's hitting the spot. A carrot, a raw carrot, which surprisingly, they're pretty tasty. You wouldn't really think, but you know, once you get going, it's like, oh man, it's a raw carrot. The thing about the carrots is they'll just last a long time. They'll probably last a week before they start to get rubbery, and still you can eat those. Last I had some peanut butter pretzels. Check this out. Man, what a beautiful score. I don't know what kind of bird this is from. It was kind of cool. It was found on the trail right after I saw that eagle, the bald eagle flying above. It's too big for a bookmark. It's gonna have to be a map mark to get out of here safely. Bird feathers. Okay, it's the third day here in Teton Wilderness. It's going to be another hot day, and I got word that tomorrow is going to be the same. I'm heading up into this pass today, hopefully to get to Two Ocean Pass. I thought it was farther. I think it's 5 miles to the pass. I'll be camping back there tonight. Looking at the map, it's not as high in elevation as I expected. Maybe at most 8,000 feet. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the alpine experience I want. It's what I chose and it's what I'm going to do. That's okay. It's been relatively calm, I guess, and acceptable. Issues are the dusty trail. All these trails are dusty from horse use. It just makes the whole bottom of my legs just dirty and dusty. You know, it takes 15 minutes to clean off my pants using this hanky and water, my legs, my boots, because every time I go down there and touch it, my hands get dusty dirty. That was an issue on this one so far, and I'm sure it'll be the same. Last night I was in the tent reading, and I'd started hearing like noises over in here, like branches breaking and knocking and noises. It got dark and I realized, wow, I haven't looked or addressed it. Popped my head out, shined my light around. The noises completely stopped. Nothing ran away. You know, I have to think it was a bear. And I have to think that the bear knew I was here and maybe was like checking out my activity, because it took a couple hours to clean my stuff, not half thoroughly, get the water, get my dinner, and finally get in the tent, which the sun was done shining on these back canyon walls, and the night was coming in. Nothing else after that, other than noises on the slope, I think, of animals coming down to the spring for water. And we had owls, not close, but close enough to hear. Same with last night. And this morning I'm hearing the sandhill cranes. I'm starting to like that sound quite a bit. It's like this trilling waterfowl sound. All right, time to get going. Okay, nearing the draw now this morning, and here's a cairn and CDT trail marker for the Continental Divide Trail, which might be a new route because my map shows it on the other side back there. Anyway, I'm going this way and I can still hear the North Fork of the river just over this way. More trees back here. Established camping in here. No water, unless there's some over here. Just a tiny trickle here. And here we have what probably was once a sweet little meadow tucked in back here. Now is, you know, just struggling to stay moist. It's got to be having issues. And this burn, I can't put a real good word to it. There's no good word. You know, it just hurts me. I don't like filming burns, but this one is horrible. All the way back into this North Fork Canyon, the whole north-facing slope is gone. Yeah, we've got some trees coming back, and I've been trying to guess how long ago it was that this happened. I'm in the draw, the top of the draw here. I'm going to drop back down the other side. Probably climbed about 900 feet. And it's not really super hot up higher like this. Well, I think the fire line was pretty much at the crest there. And this is all, you know, forested still with living trees. Pretty nice. And this is definitely bear country back here. So I have to keep my eyes open. Hey, check it out. I found a bag of chips, unopened, on the trail. I'll tear them up. So I came down to this water area, real slow moving water, and just getting burnt out on this shrubbery. Places for animals to hide. It's thick. And here's the water coming out. I also think this heat is getting to me. This will be 5 days in this heat. Yeah, I'm gonna water my cap. Here we got a waterfall here. Beautiful. That's the place to go for a dip. You just have to get down there and get back up. It looks like people have gone down, or animals. I see footprints. And I was going to stay here, most likely, but I met a thru hiker, and we're going for the Two Ocean Pass. Hopefully I'll hook up with him there. There's Brian down there. I'm going back to the pass back here. Alright, what's your name? Forrest. And you've been out here for a month? In 2 days it'll be a month with his buddies here. Wow, so which box is your food? Yeah. Horse stuff in the middle. Okay, tents is... Okay. So you gotta pack food for these guys too? Nope, they're all grass.
What?
Okay. Alfalfa pellets. Yeah, I gotta keep them close. How many more days you gonna be out here, Forrest? Turpin today. All right. This guy Forrest told me that this creek here, the drainage from this canyon here, splits. All right, so one split goes this way. That's called Pacific Creek, right? That is the one I couldn't start, and I made it to the headwaters of it. And the right split is Atlantic Creek, which this has got to be the pass right up in here. Two Ocean Pass. All right, this has got to be Pacific Creek here. Real murky. Might be the last chance here for water. Maybe farther up, but it's real slow moving. Not so murky, I think, coming out of it. All right, so I'm at the dividing point in America where water flows to the Atlantic Ocean and flows to the Pacific Ocean. And so I'm here with Brian. Sorry. And I got a buddy, Brandon.
No worries.
Anyway, so I met him down the trail, and he motivated me to kick my own ass up here. And it was great. We've been chilling out. Wish we could chill out for maybe another week out here, but he's got a deadline to meet with.
Yep, with the shuttle. So I'm hiking 300 miles of the Continental Divide Trail, and so this is the third week, and yeah, I've got 4 more days, and then a shuttle picks me up at 5:30 in front of Old Faithful, so I kind of have to be there.
Yeah, and you were saying that with your permit, you have got certain
campsites, certain nights
in Yellowstone.
Yep. So it's very regimented.
Yeah. And how long have you been out?
2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, with 2 days off.
And you're gonna wrap it up here in like 4 days?
4 days.
All right.
And then I'm out of food and heading home.
And your gear is good for 7 days? Is that?
Yep. I got 4 days more food.
And I'll tell you, this campsite is just perfect for what I was looking for. There's a really nice creek over here. kind of an open camp setup here, not too close with trees, so the animals could sneak. I was weirded out back there. You might have some noises back there.
And no trees are gonna fall and kill us.
Did you look for?
Oh, I always look.
What are those called? The widowmaker?
Widowmakers.
Yeah, I just cross my fingers when I'm camping with widowmakers. And you had a buddy fall out, right?
Yeah, so we for several days we went through pasture land, and we both have the same filter, but it doesn't stop viruses.
Now, where specifically?
It probably would have been on the way to the Wind River.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was all
like
cattle.
Sage Desert.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
So-
we're thinking he got a virus, and he was on antibiotics, so his immune system was weakened because we drank the same water and we have the same type of filter. So
Now, and you had the water. You really didn't have a choice.
no, not at all.
And did it look like questionable or
Yeah, you can tell when it's
murky?
and
Maybe.
downstream from pasture land where there's just cow shit everywhere.
Yeah, I hate that feeling.
Yeah, but what do? You have to keep going. So
So your buddy, he bailed
he
out.
got sick, and after 2.5 weeks, so I've been solo for about a week.
Okay.
And it was a hard decision, but we both agreed I would continue and he would go home. So
And so you went through the Wind River Mountains alone then?
no,
Was it?
actually he got all the good stuff. He
Oh.
did all the good stuff.
Okay.
And so it was right after the Wind River Range,
Oh.
which is some of the best hiking I've ever done. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just phenomenal.
Yeah.
The Cirque du Towers and the Titcomb Basin, just it's like Patagonia. Or
I should
the
go. I
Alps
should
or
go check
something. It's
Titcomb out.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And you live down in Cali
Yep. Northern California and the foothills, Sierras.
and you play bass
Yeah.
and with
Rush tribute band called Rash.
No way.
Yeah.
Is it on the YouTube or
Oh
the
yeah.
internet?
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, and I look forward to seeing your videos. I'll check
Awesome.
it out when I
Yeah,
get
this
the cell
was-
signal.
This was also partly for me being alone in this bear country. It's great just to be around somebody, to have
Agreed.
more than just one guy that the bears can gang up on. So this was,
Now we just gotta see who can outrun each other, or how that works.
or who can shoot better.
Yeah, or bear spray.
All
We
right,
have options.
my brother. So nice to meet you.
Likewise, it's been fun.
All right, so this was we're morning time. I think we're in day 5 out here, and this is 2 Ocean Pass. Had a visitor last night. I was sitting in my tent reading, and I thought my belly kind of gave me a little grumble, but I didn't feel it. I'm like, whoa, that's kind of weird. So I realized there was something over here that the belly had grumbled. And so not much I can do about it except say, hey, yada da da da, hope it works out, and I'm right here. And 20 minutes later, I have to urinate, and I also want to check out the clouds and the stars, so I poke my head out of the tent without turning on the light. And so I'm looking at the sky. I kind of pan back and forth. There's no storm clouds. Stars look great. And this was like one of the most eerie things that has happened to me. Black on black. I see a shape moving towards me. Shape of a bear. The size of a bear. So I flash my light on at it, and it's right here. It's like 8 or 10 feet away from me. It was coming towards me in the dark. It took off growling down the trail in the dark. And it was a rough night's sleep after that. So I found a couple of the footprints. I'm going to show you those. So here's probably the biggest one I found. There's the pad. And there we have the toes. It was a black bear, for sure, but That was pretty spooky. He was hanging out here for at least 20-30 minutes. All right, an accomplishment for me was to get to this pass where water flows this way to the Atlantic and this one flows to the Pacific. Two ocean pass. And here, this is all marshy and wetland here, and you can tell that it just angles over to eventually, go however many hundreds or thousands of miles to the Atlantic Ocean, Mississippi River. Still a smoky day here, smoky night last night. And I'm heading out. It was a good trip. Here's one last good look at the Pacific Ocean side, where this water eventually goes to the Snake River, Columbia River, to the Pacific Ocean. Yeah. I just had the funniest thing happen here. Two squirrels came out and were chasing each other right here, and one of them runs up my leg and takes like a half-second stare of surprise at me and took off into the bushes. That was funny. Okay, I saw this yesterday coming down, and at first I thought it was horse poop, but it's not. This is the biggest bear pile I've ever seen, and you can tell because of the elongated partial movement. Yeah, that's a big guy, and we'd seen his tracks in here. Real big. Well, back in this pass, Trail Creek Pass is what the map says. Yet that map is 20 years old. Okay, so just a little more up and then down to that huge meadow. So I'm going to try to get through that huge meadow and over the next little climb and descent to the very first meadow that I stayed in the first night. Hoping to get that far today. I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. So one more night back here, and I can see some big clouds puffing up way over there. Well, I'm taking a break after coming down that pass. Pretty steep trail. And we've got, all of a sudden, a big black cloud over here. Which way? It's going that way. I'm just at the top of these, well, the big meadow. I'm just going to drop down and try to get as much of that as I can. Right now I'm at about 4 to 5 miles for the day. and my feet are starting to bother me now. That's okay. We'll get what we can. May not get as far as I want to tonight. Coming through. It's Mama Grouse. Yeah. And she's got 3 little babies over here. Come on, Mama. Come on. Come on, Mama. Oh, isn't she pretty? Look at Mama Grouse. Yeah. Okay. Sandhill cranes. Alright. I'm almost up to this blowdown pass. And just past that arm of a ridge is that creek crossing where I camped the first night. I'm looking to get there. There's enough time in the day to get set up. Well, I definitely got a groove going today. Came through this whole valley from way over there and then some. It's been nice with overcast skies. The heat and the sun haven't been so brutal. That's been helping. And this ridge over here, where it goes down, I'm just gonna be right on the other side of it. So it's downhill mostly, probably 20 minutes. All right, it was a big push today, for me at least. Maybe 10 or 12 miles back to this first camp spot that I was at, which puts me just, you know, a couple hours, give or take, back to the motorcycle. We got clouds creeping in, not sure what's going to happen. I'm prepared for rain. Alright, so I busted chops when I got here, cleaned my body, soaked my feet. I cleaned one pair of socks and just a quick clean on a couple of hankies. And now, with whatever daylight's left, I'm going to filter water and eat my dinner. And yes, we have my totem and his lady friend hooting. All right. Yeah, it was a big day. And I'll hit hard. Last night the sleep was very minimal after that bear scare. And so tomorrow, yeah, I'm just hoping to get a dry start and just basically through this meadow and up the hill to the basically top of this ridge, and it'll be just a slow drop back down to the motorcycle. Wow. Beautiful morning. I guess I lost count of the mornings. Maybe day 6 today. Yeah, I was I was back here 6 days then, I reckon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Yeah, well, 7 days away, 5 days in the wilderness. And yeah, I felt really good this morning after getting that exercise yesterday. So I hope to get 3 or 4 more trips this season. Good ones, big ones like this. With the exception of the fire smoke, this would have been nearly perfect. A bit warm. I had heat issues a couple times, and it's not really the heat. I have to say it's the sun. It's that sun just beaming down, sapping the life out of me. And, you know, taking the right precautions, dipping the hat was like an automatic rescue. Anyway, Cascade Trekker is leaving this scene. We're gonna have the pocket cam, but I doubt it'll be turned on.